You made your first investment when you were 11 years old?
In 1942, 80 years ago, I took $114.75, every penny I'd saved, and I bought 3 shares of City Service Preferred. And City Service was a pretty well-known name down then. In fact, in 1920, City Service, I think, was the 4th largest company in the United States in terms of number of shareholders. It was a big company, and so it had a preferred stock that was selling at 38 that had started skipping the dividends during the Depression. So it accumulated dividends on it of 60 or 70 bucks. And of course, it was par value of $100 too, and it was selling at 38. And at breakfast one morning, I follow little stocks every day, but then I made my plunge, and I had roughly this amount of money, so I bought 3. I don't remember this precisely, but I think I told my dad in the morning, "Now, let's move, Dad." Pop, I call it. But let's move, Pop.
But you felt the thrill of it then.
Oh, I've been reading about it and following it. The whole market. I really had read every book in the Omaha Public Library that was on the stock market.
By 11?
By 11, I'll guarantee you. And some of them twice. I started out reading the ones in my dad's office, and I just loved to read. I mean, I read other things too, but I knew more when I was 11 than I know now. I mean, in terms of actual mechanics of the stock.
You're a genius, whatever we describe it.
No, I'm a bright guy who's terribly interested in what he does. So I've spent a lifetime doing it. I've surrounded myself with people that bring out the best in me. And you don't need to be a genius in what I do. That's the good thing about it. If I went into physics or a whole lot of other subjects, I'd be an also-ran. But I am in a game that you don't need. You probably need 120 points of IQ, but 170 doesn't do any better than 120. It may do worse, probably do worse, but you don't really need brains.
What do you need?
You need the right orientation. 90% of the people, I'm pulling a figure out of the air, but 90% of the people that buy stocks don't think of them the right way.
You have a competitive spirit, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Well, but you gotta be careful about what you compete in. It's a good thing I don't have a competitive spirit in chess or or football or anything like that. No, I'm an observer there. I enjoy watching things like that, but I try to keep my competitive spirit in a game where I can win.
Do you have a killer instinct?
Nah, not exactly. I wouldn't call it a killer instinct, but I do know this. When I want to do something, I always want to do it big.
What brings you the happiness?
Oh, I would have to honestly say that what makes me happiest is what I'm doing. I enjoy 2 things about it. One, I know I'll win over time. That doesn't mean I'll beat everybody else or anything like that, but I'm in a game that's very, very, very easy if you have the right lessons in your mind about what you're buying. I'm not buying stocks. I'm buying pieces of overwhelmingly American business. And I'm happy when that's when I'm doing it. I like being trusted by people. And, I would rather do what I do with partners than do it sitting in a room myself, even though I might make more money that way.
You like the idea that people are trusting you with their savings?
Yeah. They just say, look, I've saved money, I don't know what to do with it. And
I trust you.
And they give it to me. And they don't, most of them give it to me, certainly in the original days, but even now to an unusual degree, give it to me with the idea that it's for the lifetime.
Have you achieved pretty much everything that you wanted out of life?
Well, the truth is, yes, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow, too.
Any regrets?
Well, if you look back, you can always say, I should have done this and that. But I'd be nuts if I look back on my life and said, you haven't been the luckiest guy imaginable. And I will say this, aside from sickness and death, everything I thought was bad at the time has turned out well.
And your dad was the man you most admired.
Yep.
Why was that?
Well, I never saw him do anything in his life that he didn't believe in. It turned out I didn't agree with him on things later on. I mean, I accepted this. Sure. I mean, when we sat around the dinner table in the 1930s, I mean, my dad was the most anti-Roosevelt person you can imagine. So you almost had to say something bad about Roosevelt to get dessert, or something. but I mean, my sisters and I grew up with that. But that's okay. He didn't. Anything I did, he supported, as long as I was behaving okay. And even when I didn't behave okay, he never gave up. The money flows out of it, but I paint the painting. The world can bid on it at an auction. But that is fun, and it's been fun. It's been way more fun doing it with Charlie as my partner than it would have been alone. I mean, it's incomparable.
So the legacy is Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh, sure, and it's my friends. And
that is a perfect segue to my last question. If you were giving one last lecture, what would you want to say?
Oh, I'd probably talk about what's been important to me in life and how they should decide what's important to them in life.
And so what's been important to you in life?
Well, it's all been, whatever it is, I've done it. But I've got a family I feel terrific about. I got a business, and I've got millions of people who have trusted me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks, Joe. It's always fun.